Hello, my beautiful little ghosties. Welcome back. We are playing Vampire Therapist. It is Therapy Thursday. Let me switch over my game capture because I forgot to do that before stream. Should work. There we go. As per usual, typical general warning before we start stream. This game is... This game deals with more difficult subject and difficult content matter. It deals with some addiction, substance abuse, talk of general manipulation, that sort of thing. There isn't like a specific content warning list that I have in terms of like from the creators, but just general. It delves into some pretty heavy subjects, and if that is not your jam, that is totally fine. Please take care of yourself first. Please, 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 please take care of yourself, and I will see you next stream where we will be playing some other game, probably something a lot more lighthearted than this. Yeah, I think that that's going to be all, and let's just head straight into it. Is that the right? Yeah, that's the right save file. Oh, if it'll load. Maybe. Alright, here we go.
Yeah, that's right. I hope she's doing okay. I'm worried about her and that whole algorithm thing.
Yeah.
I had a little consultation with some other elder vampires. We have developed a theory, though I hope we are wrong. We believe the algorithm is a demon, known to few, named Raziel. Even I have only ever heard whispers of his name.
Oh my goodness.
In mythology, he is a fallen angel, believed to have recorded every action, every change of state for all things on this earth into a great book. This book of knowledge he shared with the first mortals. But mortals were not designed to process so much information at once.
Oh my goodness.
They made judgments and reinforced behavior based on information they could not understand. Raziel watched as the mortals inevitably used the book to suppress free will, and he was cast down for his terrible mistake. We believe that Raziel has returned. Perhaps he believes that with computers, he can attempt to pass infinite knowledge to humanity once more. Terrible things will happen if this comes to pass. I would urge great caution, Samuel. Find out what you can about this algorithm. We may have dark work to do.
What the hell? Fallen angels? Ancient books of knowledge? What the heck have I walked into? We don't have this kind of shit in America.
I don't think that that's real. I don't think that that's true.
I am old enough to be mythological myself, Samuel. Myth often contains truth. The important question is how much. We do not know what
True.
effect he may have had on Medi. But do not worry. Show her the same compassion you show all your clients, and that will open any doors that can open.
All right, I better prepare for this one. It sounds like it might be a doozy.
Oh my. Okay. Catastrophizing. Mind reading. a little personalization, maybe. And disqualifying the puzzle. Just a little bit. Let's go,
Greetings,
Maddie.
little mice.
Hi, Maddie. What's up? You don't have your usual vigor. What's up?
Howdy, Mitty. It's good to see you. How you feeling tonight?
Not well, sweetling. Not well at all.
Okay.
Oh, no. What's going on? I know you were feeling all stressed about your numbers on that glitch site.
They doxed me. Do you know what doxing
Oh.
is, my whiskery friend?
Shit.
It's when mortals find out where you live, where you sleep, so they can hurt you. A group of vampire hunters came looking for me. They were really mean, but they're all dead now, and much happier. But it was very inconvenient.
Yeah.
Now I have to move, and it is very difficult to set up my lighting to make me look alive.
Yeah.
Dang, Mitty, I'm so sorry. That sounds awful.
It's worse. I will not be able to use my computer for a week. How am I going to upload my content? My fans and zealots are all so impatient. They're sure to leave me if I don't provide them with their content.
Catastrophizing.
So, how many of these followers and zealots have you got, Mitty?
Perhaps 2 million zealots and 90 million followers on Glitch.
And how many of them do you think you'll actually lose if you don't upload lots of content?
The algorithm has already told me that I will lose millions of followers.
So let's go ahead and listen to the algorithm. If you lose millions of followers, it ain't anywhere near 90 million.
Yeah.
Doing a bit of overgeneralization and catastrophizing to think they're all gonna leave you high and dry. Heck, maybe the folks who stay are the ones what you can really count on.
Yeah.
What you can really count on what?
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 Maybe if I just keep on saying what.
What?
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 Oh, never mind.
You said what?
I was trying to say that the people who don't mind you not uploading so much might be better folk to keep around.
It's not up to me, little mice. It's not up to them either. Even the little bloodbags who love me won't get to see me if I don't provide them content.
I don't get it. Why wouldn't they see it? Is the mailman or whatever not delivering your messages?
You're very funny. No, the algorithm decides who sees my content. If I give it content, it will make people like me more. If I stop feeding it, it shuns me.
Mitty, I gotta say, that doesn't sound like a healthy relationship.
Yeah.
Oh, no, it's my friend, I should think. As long as I keep producing content for it, it draws the juicy mortals to me.
How many mortals do you need, though, really?
Yeah.
Well, if I'm to feel safe, I should like to have more of them always. I gain more followers and zealots every month. I need them. One of them has agreed to let me eat him and I'll take over his flat. They're quite useful.
Well, let me ask you something. Do you actually like any of these followers or zealots? Or are they all just food or servants?
What a silly question, little mouse. Of course I don't like them. I always know what they're like. You forget how old I really am.
Medi again believes she knows the entire internet, but can this really be possible?
Oh, now I gotta challenge you on that, miss. I know you got a lot of followers and zealots or whatever they're called, but that don't mean you know all of them.
Yeah.
Now, I'm sure you know a lot about mortals on them websites you're using, But that ain't all mortals, and all mortals ain't them.
It's not just them, though. I told you about how they killed me. About how they plucked my eye out.
Yeah.
I'm saying, can you know that you're always right about mortals?
Wouldn't like to prove that I am.
Yeah.
But these mortals, you're talking to them every day. You got all these folks at your beck and call. They're the people you talk to.
That's right.
But you don't have a real relationship with any of them?
Why would I want to have a relationship with my food? You really are quite a silly Whiskers.
Mitty, I'm saying the only relationships you've got are with what you're calling your food.
But that's what they are. They're food. Delicious, delicious food. Food that sometimes does heavy lifting and computer work, but still, food.
Mitty, it sounds like you're in a bit of a codependent relationship with your food. Maybe with this algorithm fella.
Yeah.
Oh, but it's not a fellow. And it's not a lady either.
So it's non-binary?
Yes, Sam!
No, it claims that it is entirely binary. All ones and zeros. It does speak very strangely sometimes.
Well, whatever they are, seems like as soon as they showed up, you stopped having any real friends.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have time for friends anyway. The algorithm says that I should always provide content to my community, and that takes all night.
But here's the thing, this algorithm, it might have all the information, but that doesn't mean it's got all the answers.
You don't know it like I do. Do you know what I really like about the algorithm, little mouse?
What?
Unlike the ancient gods the old clans used to worship, or the Abrahamic gods that came after, it treats us equally. If we provide content, we will be rewarded.
Let's talk about these rewards. You say it rewards you with more immortal souls, right?
Highly engaged mortal souls, ready to serve me, should I need them.
But you said you had souls already back in the pre-social media days, right? And you didn't need 90 million of them.
That's true, but it does make me feel quite special when the number goes up.
Is that number going up good for you, though? Not just the stress of managing all them folks, but drawing the attention of vampire hunters.
Yeah.
Would you be doing any of this stuff if the algorithm wasn't demanding it?
Wouldn't it be way better if you had, like, less of those souls and a less likelihood of the vampire hunters coming and knocking down your door? You know, be able to just kind of go underneath the radar.
Did ask me to play a game that I did not like very much the other night, and I pretended to enjoy it. It's called Call of Nationalism. It's all about men who are proud to be angry, which I find very upsetting.
Yeah.
See, that's just what I'm talking about. What about what you want? Did you get to that knitting you wanted to do?
No, I had to play the terrible game about insecure man-worms.
Why don't you just do a stream about knitting? Girl, I am absolutely certain that so many people you would have so many people that would be interested in you just knitting. I guarantee it. Put on some, like, lo-fi music, make it a vibe. You know?
I don't know what to do. I know that I spend too much time on the internet, but I can't live the life I used to live. I would live out in the wilds again, but there are no wilds any longer. I walk the streets, city folks stare because they sense my true nature.
Many of them mortals have got a ton of things on their minds. Most likely, they ain't too concerned about whatever you are. They ain't your zealots or followers, they're just regular mortals. You can't read their minds, and you can't assume they're only thinking about you. Unless you can read minds.
You raise an excellent point for a cute little whisker face. No, I can't read their minds. Can't imagine how a mortal must think. Oh, very silly job. Oh, politics. Oh, grim spectre of death. I must drink alcohol in order to have sex. Dum-de-dum-de-dum-de-dum.
Well, you ain't too far off.
The experiences I've had with mortals have not been happy ones. My pink-nosed, scrabbly-clawed, long-tailed friend.
Well, these mouse descriptions are getting kind of long.
Yeah.
You just don't understand what a mouse you are. It's the mortal's fault I must lock myself away in my flat. It's the mortal's fault that I have to use the internet to survive.
No?
Medi has had some part to play in the life she leads, whether she recognizes it or not.
It's the mortal's fault.
Medi has had some part to...
It's the mortal's fault I must lock myself away in my...
Medi, you're acting more helpless than you are. You're 1,800 years old. You gotta know there's a heck of a lot of ways to solve a problem, but you're predicting doom based on that perceived lack of control. I mean, heck, at your age, you're probably a billionaire, right?
Maybe. I think so. Probably. I don't like to deal with money.
Medi, there are mortal billionaires who live in bunkers and do depraved shit even we vampires couldn't imagine.
If she really wanted to, she could just fuck off to a bunker and knit all day.
I reckon you could spend a few bucks to be left alone.
Uh-huh.
But also, you're spending a lot of time on mortals you don't like.
Yeah. You could just fuck off to the woods.
Would you be very fond of mortals who did this to you?
I mean, no, but I'm sure that he's gotten shot a couple times by mortals. In a couple different places. He's a cowboy. I'm sure it's happened.
Well, no, I wouldn't. And I didn't say you should. But you gotta admit, you're giving a lot of time and energy to people you don't like.
Yeah. That's tiring. It's a lot of energy.
You're resenting them, and I can't blame you.
It's a lot of brain power to give to somebody that you hate so much.
Of course I resent them. They're all quite awful. Any one of them would hurt me if given the chance.
Hun.
Medi, I gotta say, that's some Nosferatu thinking. You've been around a lot longer than me. Long enough to know there's almost nothing that's all good or all bad.
Yeah.
I know we both spend a lot of time in nature, and nature has a good way of disavowing us of our more extreme beliefs and overgeneralizations.
I suppose that's true. I once saw a wolf and a deer having a romantic relationship. Well, at least there was quite a lot of licking involved.
Oh, I didn't see
Okay,
nothing like
what?
that, but maybe I would have if I'd stayed in the wilderness longer. Let me ask you a question. If you're thinking all these followers of yours are a certain way, what if you're right?
Very frustrating, Silly Whiskers. You keep telling me that I'm doing cognitive distortions, and then you say they're correct.
No, he's just doing a thought experiment. He's going, okay, but what if? Just explain, like, what if it were correct?
Well, I'm just wondering about
Yeah.
these mortals the algorithm sends your way. What does it say about you that makes them check you out in the first place?
Yeah.
Well, I suppose it shows them that I'm pretty, and that I play video games they like. And they might get to see my body parts.
Do they know that you're clever and funny? Do they know that you've got more life experience than they could ever reckon?
There's no time to talk about that kind of thing, Silly. They scroll past streamers very quickly. I have less than a second to make an impression. That's what the algorithm tells me.
So you got all these millions of mortals following you because you're easy on the eyes and like some of the same video games they like?
More like easy on the eye.
Uh-huh.
Okay, I get it. But the point is, if the algorithm is sending mortals your way based on good looks and some video games, you ain't getting people who like you for you.
Yeah.
You're getting mortals who want content, not Medi. Frankly, it ain't no surprise that you don't have much respect for them.
Yeah.
You're very sweet, little mouse. But the algorithm knows what mortals want, and it's not me. They want my body and my video games. I don't have anything else they want.
Mighty far as I can tell, the algorithm doesn't know anything worth a damn if it thinks mortals all want the same thing.
Yep.
Worse, it's making you say things like, I don't have anything folks want.
Yeah.
You're disqualifying the positive things about yourself they're all missing out on. Pardon my saying so, miss, but you are weird as heck.
Yeah. Yeah,
You don't
she
sound
is.
like anyone I've ever met. You think of things in ways no one else does. Mitty, you're as interesting as it gets. Don't let this stupid algorithm reduce you to your looks and the games it tells you to play. It's insulting all that you are as a unique individual.
Yeah.
I understand what you're trying to say, Willy Whiskers McMouseface the Third, but you don't know the algorithm as I do. It doesn't insult anyone. It just collects all the information about everyone and everything, recognizes patterns, and shows me what those patterns are. What it decides is important is based on the thoughts of every human who has ever been online. It truly knows the will of mortals because it knows all mortals.
I don't think it does.
You must free Medi from Raziel's grip, Samuel. He believes he understands humanity, but knowledge is not the same as
What
What it's doing is overgeneralizing, Mitty. How the heck can all of humanity be reduced to formulas? It can't. So what's it doing? It's shaping humanity by reinforcing what folks are already paying attention to. It's telling you to play Call of Nationalism and rely on sex appeal.
Yeah.
It's telling the mortals to only care about them things that are popular already. Don't explore. Don't appreciate things that are weird and unique. If this algorithm gets what it wants, what'll happen? Earth will be the most boring place in the universe. Mitty, this algorithm doesn't appreciate you, and it's teaching you not to appreciate yourself.
You're right, little mice. I am forgetting myself. I think I don't want to feel lonely anymore. I want to be liked.
But don't you want to be liked for being you?
You ain't gonna be happy if you're being liked for being some boring idea of what someone else thinks you should be.
Yeah.
I really have been very silly, haven't I? The algorithm isn't nice at all, I think.
Yeah.
I'm glad you're getting that this algorithm is abusing you. I don't want to see it change what makes you special.
Yeah, you're a really fun, unique, interesting person, Medi. You've lived so much.
But I won't have anyone. I'll be alone.
No, you won't. There's so many people out there. They don't have to be mortals. There's so many vampires. There's Andy. There's all the people out there. Those mortals out there, they really like vampires. They do. Trust me. Go out there, spend like 20 minutes out there. They'll be throwing themselves at you.
I know change ain't easy. You had to adapt to a world of technology and machines already, and I can't imagine how tough that must have been. But you're a tough one, Mitty. Nobody lives for 1,800 years without being able to handle whatever comes their way. Heck, I think you're gonna be the trailblazer freeing yourself from this damn algorithm before everyone else figures out that's exactly what they should be doing. There's real folk out there who'd love to get to know you better, like the people you were friends with on the old internet.
I suppose I could send them all an email. Do you think they'll remember me?
There was something about you all that made you join that web ring or whatever it was called. I don't know, but I bet they'd be happy to hear from you.
I think I will send them a message. They were all very strange, like me.
Yeah.
We're all strange, Mitty. We're all individuals. Maybe they were just your kind of strange.
Yeah.
You are very sweet, little mouse. I could give you some of my zealots if you like. They'll do what I tell them to do.
I think I'm good, Medi,
Well,
actually.
that's okay. I'm happy letting them live their lives freely. They
Yeah.
deserve to find out what they actually like, too.
Yeah.
You are very soft and squishy for a vampire. But I will message my old friends.
And if you're gonna do this streaming thing, try streaming things you honestly enjoy. Make a new account, be yourself, and see who shows up.
I think I will do that. I'll keep my only zealots, though. They can be very useful.
Okay,
You do
fair.
what's best for you. And don't let anyone but you make that decision.
If that's how you want to keep up with, like, being able to feed and stuff, that's fair.
You are so very sweet. Are you sure I can't take you home and let you run on a wheel all night?
Please don't, Medi.
I'm pretty sure. I'll see you next month then, right? I want to hear all about how you're handling your weird self.
Oh, but you are a very, very naughty mouse with a very dirty mouse mind.
I didn't mean it like that.
You are very funny. I will see you in a month then. Now, I shall become a mouse too, but with wings.
Excellent work,
I
Samuel.
love
I
Medi.
cannot know for sure, but I believe Medi understands the source of her discomfort.
I
You
love
think
Medi.
this Raziel is gonna get upset at losing her?
If I understand correctly, Raziel has no power if he is ignored, but he is unusually tempting to listen to. It sounds as though he has the mortals quite beguiled, and many of our kin as well. But you give me faith that he can be defeated, one individual at a time if need be.
I ain't never defeated a dark god before.
There is a first time for everything, my dear Samuel. After all, haven't you been dancing?
You really gotta bring that up, huh?
Yeah.
Mostly for the reaction. Now, my friend, make sure you get something to drink. You shall not have trouble finding willing necks, I'm sure. You are becoming quite the celebrity at Immernacht.
Uh-huh. Yep.
Beating fallen angels is thirsty work. I'm ready for a drink.
Slake your thirst then, my friend. Rest in peace.
Do we get to actually bite a neck? Do we actually get to, like, talk to somebody tonight or no? Huh? Yeah, maybe.
Funny to think vampires being born now are growing up with the internet. We're gonna have to reckon with that someday.
Oh yeah, that's gonna be interesting.
I hope Medi's realized that being herself is the best person she can be. Well, speaking of which, I should go check on Crimson. Hey, Crimson, what's on tap tonight?
Take a look around, cowboy. There's plenty to drink.
Well, maybe I'll go looking for a donor. Just figured I'd say howdy to my pal Crimson first.
Well, howdy, sharpshooter. You look like you're in a good mood tonight.
Actually, yeah.
Yeah, I guess I am. You know that ancient client I told you about? I think she's finally realizing that some people are gonna appreciate her for being who she is. Maybe she ain't gonna have 100 million fans, but the people who genuinely like her will be there for her.
Yeah.
How's your blood sugar, honey? I think you're a little too sweet.
Oh, come on now.
Aww.
I've been thinking a lot about exactly what you're saying. Folks in DC didn't much like my style, but I'm not sure why I cared.
Don't beat yourself up over it. I think we all do the same thing. Easier to do what other folk are doing than blaze a trail, right?
I'm not sure
Yeah.
it is easier if we're fighting ourselves the whole time.
That's some real wisdom right there.
Anyway, thanks for making me think. I think I'm done spinning my wheels.
Excuse me. I wish to speak with you, vampire. in the kink room.
Pinoptabella!
I
Hello,
think my dinner's
darling.
calling. I'll see you later, Crimson.
Hello, Pinoptabella.
Ciao, Tex.
Ciao.
You know, I have seen what you are doing. I see all.
Hi, Pinoptabella. I bet you do.
So you mentioned Pinoptabella. And what am I doing?
I see that you change people. You make them stronger, more confident, more comfortable.
Uh-huh.
I'm pretty sure they're doing all that themselves.
Yeah.
No, that is not what I see. I see that without you, they repeat their actions over and over again. Usually, I can see the future because people repeat themselves, but you make the future uncertain. I do not like what I cannot see.
Do you not like me?
Well, why do you need to see everything anyway, Panoptabella? Ain't it exhausting?
To see all is to see danger and avoid it. I see that you wish to say something, but are holding back.
Well, I try to do my therapy stuff just in therapy.
Hello,
It ain't
Craft
right to be
Guy.
analyzing folk without their
How
consent.
are ya?
Then consent is given. To see all is to see danger and avoid it.
Well, see, what that is a control fallacy. It's a kind of cognitive distortion. The future's always got elements we can't count on. You can be prepared to a certain extent, but you ain't ever gonna know everything. You can only see what's in front of you, after all.
Interesting. Then what do you believe I should do?
I'm good. I'm inside and the AC is on. Yeah, fair. Super fair. That's felt. I feel that. It's way too hot outside. Everywhere. It's awful. I hate it. I hate how hot it is right now.
Well, just that. See what's in front of you. See how you feel about right now, not yesterday or tomorrow. Right now, you can see.
I see. Yes, I see that. I would like you to drink from my neck right now.
Great. See, that wasn't so hard.
Wait, what does the S button do? Does the S button, like, skip the minigame? And... there.
I see more clearly, vampire. I thank you.
And I thank you for the blood.
I hope your torpor is most satisfying. I shall see myself out.
Oh, yeah. Good night, Panoptabella. I think that was a pretty successful night. Coffin time for old Sam.
Well, if it isn't the gunslinging guru of mental health himself. Good evening, Samuel.
Hey,
It seems
Andy.
you have made quite a reputation for yourself in a very short time.
So the therapist takes payments in blood. Apparently for Panoptabella. Apparently. For her specifically, apparently. Everybody else is a vampire. All of his other clients are vampires, so, like, he can't drink from them. But she's a human, so, like, I don't know.
It's hard to believe I've only been here in Germany for 6 months. In that short time, I think I've grown more than I have in the last 200-some years.
You are quite correct, Samuel. It is truly gratifying to see you grow and change. Of course, our mental health journeys never quite end, do they? I am sure you still have much to talk about. But let us first take a moment to breathe and meditate.
That sounds like a good idea. Give me a chance to center myself.
I hate this minigame. I hate this minigame.
Very good. Now close your eyes and enter your place of comfort.
This isn't my place of comfort. How about that? How about we don't do this minigame and then I'll be in my place of comfort?
Isabella Deste. I wonder. How was Andy squeezing to that suit anyway? Is Raziel listening in on our conversation? Princess to the rescue! I sure am a lily-livered coward. Cognitive distortion left and do-si-do. What am I doing hiding out in Germany? Why'd you do this to me, Ernie? You keep running, Sammy boy. You dummy, Sam. Loving your horse more than your king. The United States needs some therapy.
Yeah.
Sure am glad I don't sweat.
I wish I did.
Tarnation. What a great word.
Are you feeling better, my friend?
Oh my goodness. I finally did it. I finally actually got the minigame correct. Oh,
Yeah, I'm a real meditation master, I'll tell you what.
You only
Finally.
become a master of meditation when you are one with the universe, Samuel. What came up for you tonight?
I've still got my head wrapped up in my past wrongs. I feel like kind of a yellow belly for running away from them to come here. But dang it, there's me labeling myself again.
Why are you calling yourself a yellow belly then?
It's a pattern of mine, that's all. I gave you my history, and it's a history of my running away. I ran from my home, I ran from all the trouble I caused, I ran from my wife and into the hands of a vampire gang, then I ran from them and hid out in the woods. When my gang tracked me down, I ran off to Europe. Whenever the going gets tough, Sam Walls gets going.
Samuel, this is quite the oversimplification. I remember a man who came into my office and told me about how he should have made better decisions as a traumatized child. In each of these cases you speak of, you made difficult choices following terrible events. Have some compassion for yourself, my friend.
Damn it, that's yawn counter. I yawned.
Yeah, well, I haven't even given you the full story yet. There's another thing I've been running from. I got kin, Andy. Distant kin, but kin all the same. See, my wife was pregnant when she up and left me. Didn't even tell me. My line ain't never been strong, thank goodness. But I've got a great-great-great-great-great-granddaughter. Give or take one of them greats.
Yeah.
I looked her up, and she ain't living well, Andy. I want to be there for her the way I wasn't for my wife and child. But all I am's the undead man who got her great-great-great-great-great-uncle killed. If I were her, I wouldn't give me the time of night. Which I guess is mind reading, but it seems like common sense to me too. Yeah, I've tried to make amends, but as far as kin is concerned, well, I ain't done shit. Hell, I can always be confident that I'll do the wrong thing when it comes to my family. I guess that's like being always right about being always wrong.
I see you are becoming quite perceptive of your own distortions, Samuel. But let me do some reflecting for you, and you can tell me how you perceive what I am saying. You consider yourself a yellow belly, a somewhat archaic term for coward.
I guess I'm still doing a little labeling there, huh?
A little. I believe you understand that calling ourselves names does nothing to improve ourselves.
All right, all right. Maybe calling myself a coward ain't too good for me.
Now then, you said you believe that your distant relative will not want to speak to you because you caused the death of another distant relative.
Sounds like I'm doing a little mind reading there. I can't really know what my my distant relation is gonna think of me.
Naturally. We vampires have a reputation as monsters, but that is not a universal reputation. In fact, I believe we are rising in public opinion.
Yeah, but if they don't see us as monsters, they see us as sex objects.
And now you are overgeneralizing. We are as capable of knowing the mind of society as we are of knowing the mind of an individual.
Yeah, you're right. I ain't giving my relative the chance to have her own thoughts. I should know better by now. Yeah, I know that. There's another should statement.
Samuel, remember what I have told you. Cognitive distortions are a normal side effect of being human. Cognitive distortion classifications are tools, not weapons to beat yourself with. Give yourself the same compassion you give to your clients. Now then, let us continue to reflect on your concerns. You also believe that the positive changes you have made in your life are irrelevant where family is concerned.
Sounds like I'm throwing out the good with the bad there.
Oh, disqualifying the positive.
You also believe that the
I'm disqualifying the positive by pretending the change I've made don't mean anything.
Throwing the baby out with the bathwater.
It is your favorite cognitive distortion, Samuel. Your humility is most endearing, but it does often enter the realm of cognitive distortion. There is a comfortable place between extreme humility and extreme arrogance, my friend, and that is in truth.
Yep.
Yeah, I know. Well, when you're right, and you're always right.
You believe I am always right?
No.
I guess there ain't no way of knowing if you're always right. You just kind of give off an always right vibe.
Yeah.
I like to have good vibes, my friend, but vibes alone do not make the man. Most of my existence, I thought I was always right, but that was when I was the most wrong. Don't believe the vibes, dear Samuel.
Yeah.
I'll try, but you don't make it easy.
True.
I can see where I'm making the same assumptions about McKin, though. I gotta give her a chance before I assume she's gonna hate me. I just know that if I end up going back to the States, things are gonna get complicated.
Yeah.
Most of us vampires out west are on the younger side. We're still in that angry, insecure stage, and I know there's a whole gang of them hollering for my blood.
Are you afraid of them, Samuel?
You know what? I ain't. I just know at some point I'm gonna have to deal with them. And my gang is real powerful now, especially their leader. Did I ever tell you about my vampire daddy?
I assumed you would tell me when you were ready.
Called himself Ernie Awigdunkel. A real piece of
That's
work.
an awful
Fella had
last
more blood
name.
on his hands than any vampire I ever met.
That's a terrible last name. Why didn't he give himself, like, a cooler last name when he became a vampire? Like, why didn't he... What? Oh my god. What? Like, Ernie is fine as the first name, but, like, you have to follow it up with, like, something cool at the end. What the fuck? What? What is that last name? Ewigdunkel.
I know this name.
Oh no.
You know Ernie?
He is a part of my darker history.
Oh
a part
no.
of humanity's darker history. He is your dark father.
Oh no.
Well, yeah. Is that bad?
He does not determine who you are, Samuel, but the man is still dangerous.
Ewigdunkel is German for eternally dark. That makes sense. That makes sense of why they would name him that. But what? It makes sense, but it just... They have so many characters with so many, like, cool names. Okay, then why not give him, like, a cool first name? Like, give him a cool first name. Or, like, a normal first name. Why Ernie? If you're gonna name him, like, if the meaning's gonna mean eternal darkness in eternally dark in German, and the last name's gonna sound funky, okay, fine. Give him a normal first name. Todd. Todd Ewigdunkel. Oh my goodness. No, imagine that's his middle name. His full name is just like Ernie Todd Ewigdunkel. Suddenly, he's so much less scary. They're like, oh my goodness, this is the most dangerous man in the world. What's his name? Ernie Todd Ewigdunkel.
His real name is Heinrich Kramer, and he is no mere murderer. He has a deep hatred for all humanity, especially women. I am discouraged to hear he still lives.
See this? Heinrich Kramer. That is like that's a spooky name. That sounds familiar. Why does that sound familiar? Was that an actual historical figure that I'm just blanking on? Wait, give me 2 seconds, chat. Heinrich Kramer. Okay, he was a guy. Okay. According to Wikipedia, he lived 1430 to 1505. Was a German churchman and inquisitor with his widely distributed book Malleus Maleficarum? I don't know how to pronounce that. Anyway, which describes witchcraft and endorses detailed processes for extermination of witches. He was instrumental in establishing the period of witch trials in the early modern period. Okay. Professor Malcolm Gaskill has described Kramer as a superstitious psychopath. Okay, so that explains why that name felt familiar. Okay. His name sounded very familiar. And I was like, why does his name sound familiar and sound spooky? That's why. Because it's based on a real historical figure, like this game likes to do. And that explains why he's like, yeah, he had a hatred for humanity, especially women. What did he do?
Well, what this Kramer fella do?
He wrote a book in 1487 called the Malleus Maleficarum, also known as the Hammer of Witches. It was with this justification that the church was enabled to persecute, torture, and kill women. Its effects linger in society even today.
Yeah.
The Pope during Isabella d'Este's time, Alexander VI, named him Inquisitor of Bohemia and Moravia. What he did with his power is better left unspoken.
Well, shit. What was this guy's problem with women?
They refused to enter sexual congress with him. They did not like him. He practiced poor hygiene, acted entitled, and was extremely insecure. He defended his own repellent nature with great ardor, blaming women for their predictable dislike of him. He committed himself to a life of celibacy as a Dominican friar, cementing both his virginity and his hatred.
Wait a minute, he sounds like one of them incel types from the internet I've read about.
I am afraid I am unfamiliar with the term, but he did make his lack of sexual appeal his identity.
Yeah.
Dang, well, now some things are starting to make sense.
Uh-huh. How do you know him?
How do you know this Kramer guy, Andy?
Well, I mean, it kind of makes sense, because Andy's, like, from the German... Andy's kind of running a club in Germany. Seems to kind of have, like, lived most of his eternal life in the German kind of area.
Samuel, know that I too have given myself to hatred.
Yeah.
Mortals with a great capacity for evil drew my attention. I amused myself by indulging them. I do not absolve myself of my actions, but it is difficult to speak of them. The Andromachos of that time was a most pitiable vampire.
Oh, I'm sorry, Andy. I didn't mean to dig at old wounds.
Do not be sorry, my dear Samuel. We must not erase our pasts. Pain can be a somber teacher. I must ask, what became of Heinrich?
Well, he runs Sanguinius Health, the health insurance company I told you about the last time. It's vampires from the boardroom all the way down. stealing blood, money, and hope from American mortals.
Yep.
Running health insurance gives them all the money they need for even more dirty deeds.
How terrible. Oh, Heinrich, what depths will you not sink to? He disappeared from Europe 200 years ago. I had hoped he was gone forever.
Do you think he can change, Andy?
Oh, Samuel, yes, of course he can change. Like you and me, however, he must desire this change within himself. But hatred is not something Heinrich Kramer holds. It is his very identity. He will be reluctant to give it up. Are you suggesting that you aim to help him?
Nah.
Do you think I shouldn't?
No.
It isn't my choice, my friend.
We shouldn't.
You will do what you are going to do.
Let him rot. Stab him through. With a stake. Fuck the man. Nah. With all that he's done? Absolutely not.
I guess I don't know what I want to do. But I know Ernie. Or Heinrich. And I'm starting to get a handle on this therapy thing.
No. Sam, no. Sam's a lot kinder than I would be. Sam is a lot better of a person than I would be. I'd be like, nah, we're letting the bastard rot. I'm going back to America, specifically with a plan of vengeance. I would go back to America specifically with a plan to tie that man up to a sunroof.
If I can help him, shouldn't I be helping him?
No.
Let me reflect for you. You are aware that you have knowledge of Heinrich others do not have, and that you have newfound abilities as a therapist. Therefore, you believe you should help him.
I guess that's a should statement, huh? Just because I know him and know something about therapy doesn't mean it's my destiny to try to help Heinrich Kramer.
Exactly.
Of course, Samuel. Your own life is your own. You make your own decisions.
Yeah, you're right. There ain't no should.
I am glad to hear you recognize this, Samuel. Heinrich Kramer is not your should.
Well, thanks for talking this through with me, Andy. I think it's been real helpful for sorting out my thoughts.
Exactly. You should not help him.
Of course, my dear. You did all the work. I am merely here to help you reflect. You have become quite adept at recognizing your own cognitive distortions.
That bastard has had how many years? How many thousands of years? This says... I mean, not thousands? Hundreds. He's had hundreds. So he's had, according to this Wikipedia article, he's had, let's be nice, he's had, the 20, I don't know, math is hard, okay? Okay, let's, I'm getting my calculator out, 2025 minus 1430. He's had 595 years to get his act together, and he still has not.
All there is to decide now is the path you choose from here. What drives you forward, my friend?
I've learned a hell of a lot here, Andy. More than I could have ever imagined. But this European world just ain't mine, I reckon. Ancient demons, power-hungry popes, kings, and duchesses. This stuff ain't exactly in my comfort zone. Besides, vampires back home have got their own issues, and now I've got the tools to help them.
I had a suspicion you were working up to this decision, though I hoped it would not be so.
I really like it here, Andy, and you've been incredible. But if my heart still beat, it'd be beating for home.
Is this the end
I
of the
don't want to let my
wait.
clients down, but I think they're homebodies anyway. Maybe I can get them to do sessions over video calls or something.
I think you may be the only person who could get Isabella Deste to do a computer video call.
Yeah.
And we can continue my sessions from the internet?
Of course, Samuel. Natural.
Well, I guess that's that then. I ain't gonna run out too quickly, though. I gotta arrange for a new cruise back home, and I want to tell my clients in person. That'll take some time.
That would be most considerate. Your clients have grown quite fond of you. Well, Samuel, I must say I am proud of you. It has been inspiring to see your command of cognitive distortions. I have no doubt that you will make your home a better place.
Coming from you, that's real flattering. Like I said when I first came here, I'm just a lonesome cowboy looking for answers.
You will always seek those answers, my friend, and that is what will ensure you continue to grow. But enough embarrassing Samuel. I believe you should go down and get yourself a drink.
That sounds great, Andy.
Rest in peace, Samuel.
Wait, is this the end of the base game? I got the one where it has the couples therapy, so there's still other stuff to do, and so we're probably still gonna have another stream or two
Well, that's it then.
of this,
I'm going
but
home. Once I let my clients know, I'll head back to the USA. Time to give Crimson the news. Crimson, my favorite barkeep. How's the saloon tonight?
Did she turn? Is that ah!
You sound a little distracted, cowboy. Got something to tell me?
Did she?
Am I that obvious?
You are. You're pretty adorable, Sam Walls.
And she sounds different.
I like to say approachably rugged.
Sure, let's go with that. What's the news, cowboy?
Well, I've been here for a few months now. I came here to get trained up by Andy, and now that I have been, I think it's time for me to go home.
I think that she turned. I think that she's a full-blooded vampire. Oh my goodness.
No shit. Well, good for you, Sam. I think you're right. I don't think this place is for you.
It sounds like she has something in her mouth, and I think that it is specifically that she's trying to, I think that specifically they gave the voice actor instructions of, like, try to make it sound like you're trying to talk around new fangs.
I mean, I ain't gonna learn German, that's for sure. Moving on just seemed like the right choice. I got some unfinished business back home anyway.
Sam, you better fucking notice.
You don't seem that bothered by my leaving, though. I figured I might earn at least a frown.
Well, it just so happens that I've got some news for you. Can you guess what it is?
You better guess, Sam. Seriously? Seriously, Sam?
You and Andy are getting married, ain't you? Congratulations, Crimson.
A vampire wedding? You serious? Who would even show up on his side? Charlemagne?
Well, I don't know. I was just guessing.
It's not that. Take a look at me. Notice anything different?
Well, no.
Oh my god, Sam, you're clueless. Absolutely clueless. Seriously? I clocked it immediately. And you've been here supposedly for 6 months.
How about now?
Yeah.
Crimson, you're a vampire.
Newly undead and ready to bite some necks.
Well, what led to that decision?
I thought about what you said, about how vampires have got time to start over and time to do things their way. I'm going back to America too. Gonna join a different kind of bar again. The law moves slowly, but I've got time.
Dang, Crimson. A vampire lawyer. Look out world. Kinda sounds like a neat video game. Vampire lawyer.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, Vampire Lawyer sounds like a neat video game.
No, it doesn't. but I think I can make a difference.
How'd Andy take the news?
He knew it was coming, like he always does. Can't surprise that man. I love him to death, literally. And I'll come back someday. I just need to go my own way for a while.
Dang. Well, this is some big news. When do you think you're leaving?
Figure I'll go with you. I'll need someone to show me the ways of the night anyway.
Shucks, well that sounds mighty fine, Crimson. Might need your help going up against the big corporation my old gang is running.
You got a deal, cowboy.
Ah!
Don't
I
look
love
now,
them.
but dinner's just arrived.
Maxi, look!
Reinhard!
She is now ein Vampir.
Oh.
You are one of the night
Reinhard!
children now?
Looks that way, and we're in the mood for a little celebrating. Sam and I are headed to America.
Why would you want to do that?
They do have better network infrastructure.
Oh, I suppose that is true. Oh, but we will miss getting our necks beaten by you.
And I will very much miss biting your neck, Reinhard.
If you join us in the kink room, we will have a foursome.
Yours too, Maxie.
Come on, cowboy. We won't be in Germany forever.
Right away.
Alone at last. My veins throb.
Who gets to bite me?
Whoever you like.
I'll let you get first pick, Sam.
I'm gonna pick Reinhardt purely because when doing the little mini game, Maxie's collar, the little choker is really annoying.
All right, Reinhard, you got nice veins, so bring them on over.
I knew you liked me best, cowboy.
Nothing against you, Maxie. You're very lovely.
That's the good stuff.
Spazi, you give my neck such excellent attention.
Kind of my job, if vampires had jobs.
Und Crimson bites most erotically.
I learned from the best.
I guess I should turn in now. Gotta prepare to give my clients the big news.
You're not getting away so easily, cowboy.
The night is only getting started.
Oop.
Live a little, Tex. We'll be back in the land of Puritan pride before you know it.
Ah, what the hell? You only die once.
Yes! Yes! I've been waiting all game for that.
Good evening,
Anyway.
Samuel. I believe you are seeing Dr. Drain tonight.
Yes.
Or is it Lord Lourdes?
Both? It's Dr. Drain.
I sure as heck hope I'm only seeing one client.
Yeah.
I don't know how the doc's gonna take the news that I'm leaving, but I'm sure Lord Lourdes would love to see the back of me.
I believe Lord Lourdes likes to see the back of everyone.
He's a real sumbitch, but you can't say he's picky. I should get my distortions picked. Now let's see.
Oh, we're going full. Okay. Alrighty. I think. That's where we're gonna end stream for tonight. I thought that it was gonna be a quick little like, oh, we had to just say goodbye to all of our clients. No, we're getting another full session probably with all of our clients. But yeah. That was fantastic. I think that we're getting closer to the end of the game. I think that we're gonna have another handful of streams with this game before probably it being over. But yeah, so we're gonna be ending Let's see, who are we gonna raid? We're gonna raid somebody. We're gonna be raiding Sen. Be nice, be kind, but of course you're going to be, because you're one of my beautiful little ghosties. Good night, goodbye, and I'll see you next time. My beautiful little ghosties. Bye.